Hi, I'm going to use the spreadsheet that I used in Review Material 1 and demonstrate a few more features, things that you might find on the Excel certification exam. For the most part, these are things that I have not demonstrated in class, and some of them I think are very useful, some are maybe less useful, but nevertheless you have to take the exam, and these are all potentially things that you'll need to know how to do. So I'm going to again use the spreadsheet that I used in Review Material 1, and I'm going to change this spreadsheet by inserting the word sedan down here. Now you notice that it occurs in cell A4, now it occurs in cell E13. And what I'm going to do is demonstrate the find feature, and once I've demonstrated that, I'll then demonstrate the replace feature. So where this would be particularly handy would be in a large spreadsheet that maybe has hundreds of thousands of rows and hundreds of columns or something like that. And if you need to find a particular data value, then you can place the cell pointer at the beginning of the spreadsheet. Now, you don't actually have to put it at the beginning of the spreadsheet, but it's actually easier to if you do that. So I would just routinely put it in cell A1. And then on the home page, if you go to the editing tool, there's an option for find and select. And if you click on that tool, your first option on the pull-down menu is find. And here you can put in a value, so I can put in sedan and tell it to find all occurrences of it, and it then shows me where the value appears. It shows me the cells in which they appear, and if I click on one of these cells, it'll move the cell pointer to that location. Okay, so I'm going to close that, and so that allows me to find it. If all I want to do is just read that value or something. On the other hand, if I want to change it, so with the cell pointer again back in cell A1, if I make the same menu selection and choose replace, actually get the same dialog box, but the replace tab is selected this time, and it wants to know what I want to find. Okay, now I had done this previously, so I think that it remembers what I had entered previously, so you may or may not find a value in here, and then you choose whatever you want to replace it with, and in this case I'm going to say family car, and it will replace all occurrences of that in the spreadsheet. So where it said sedan previously, it's been changed to family car. Okay, so I can make multiple changes with one command. Next thing I want to take a look at is comments. Now, I have used these, demonstrated these in class, okay, but I haven't actually required you to demonstrate your ability to use them on projects, so likely you'll have to do this on the certification exam. They're simple enough to use. So let's say that I want to add a comment to this value that I just changed. I can go to the cell where the value is stored, right click, choose the insert comment option, and I get a scalable comment box, and in it I can put whatever I want to. So this is a comment, and then when I click off of the cell, the comment box goes away, but there's a notation. If you look at the upper right corner on cell A4, it makes a notation in the upper right corner that something is embedded in that cell, and if I mouse over it, I'll see my comment. So if I have a comment, if I have a comment, I can right click. I can, let me go back here again, I'm being clumsy with the mouse one more time. I can edit the comment. Okay, so, and if I want to delete the comment, same thing, go back to the cell, right click, I've got an option to delete the comment. And if I have multiple comments in a range of cells or in an area of the cells, I can highlight, you know, whatever portion of the spreadsheet I want to apply this command to, and then on the home page the clear tool has an option to clear comments as well. Okay, and any comments within that highlighted range will be removed. Data validation. Okay, so this is a feature that I haven't demonstrated before. It's a handy feature to know about. So if we take an area, and I'm going to take an area that's going to be easy to remember. Let's say A10 through A20, and highlight it, go to the data page. On the data tools ribbon there is a data validation tool, and if I click on it, it allows me to fill out a dialog box and set some restrictions on the cell values. So right now it's set to allow any kind of value. Could be text, could be a whole number, could be a decimal value. Allows me to enter anything into those cells, but I can restrict what the highlighted cell ranges can contain. And see, you can even limit the text length and so forth. So I'm going to change this. I won't demonstrate everything. I'll just demonstrate one feature here. I'll demonstrate how I can restrict the cell range here to only accept whole numbers. And when I make that selection, I have some options of restricting the range from, you know, something in between two values or equal to a value, and you can see all the options there are. I'll just go ahead and use the between value, and I'll say a minimum of 0 and a maximum of 10, and say OK to that. And if I attempt to put in a value of 1, it's fine, stores that. If I attempt to put in a value of 11, which is beyond the upper limit of that range, I'll get an alert from Excel, and I'll be told that I can't do it. So it's going to block me from doing it. Likewise, if I try to put in something that is of decimal data type 2.2 or something like that, I get the same alert box. And obviously if I try to put in text, same thing. So that's a handy feature if you want to control what kind of data certain ranges of the spreadsheet will permit. You've got users that are providing input and you want to control what they can enter. This is an option you might want to use. If you want to get rid of it, you can highlight the range, go back to the data validation tool, and you've got an option to clear all. Okay, so what it's going to do is clear all the highlighted cells of that rule. And if I say OK, go back here and attempt to put hello, it'll accept it now. Okay, so an example of data validation. Know how to do that. Word art, smart art, and pictures. Let's take a look at all this. Okay, so word art, you go to the insert page, if I can remember where this is, and This is a smart art. Let's see. Let me think about this. Something I seldom use. Okay. So we have shapes, and we have, where is that? Spark lines, filters, text. Ah, here it is. Okay. So I knew it was on the insert page. It's on the text ribbon, and it's this tool right here. So this is how you insert word art. And you have the ability to, select various styles. Here's one that shows a reflection. And if I enter the text here, this is word art. I can then drag it around and rotate it. I can also fill the text with different colors. Okay, so I don't have to use the color that shows up by default. And there's a text outline and a text effect. Okay, so I'll go all out on that. Alright, so again, if that's something that makes sense for the document that you're creating, that's the way you create word art. Smart art, again, from the insert tab, if you choose this option, you get a variety of different styles. Let's see what I can find here. One of the options I have here is for an organizational chart. So many of these, I hesitate to say these are not all that useful, but some I think are more useful than others. And if I say okay to this one, I kind of like this. It allows me to enter in some text. Okay, so if I'm creating an organizational chart and there is a president, and let's say that president has a picture, I can, let's see, I know there's a picture on my desktop, so I'll go ahead and insert that picture. Now, you can't really see it very well, but right alongside of that is a picture. And this is all scalable, so if you wanted to scale it, you can. And I'm not going to spend forever and a day, but if you have the right kind of picture and so forth, then it is maybe useful in creating an organizational chart like this. I'm going to attempt to do something here, which I don't remember whether I can or not. Should be able to. Format, add shape. Yeah, okay. So if you're creating the organization chart and you want to add an additional block, say for instance there are 2 vice presidents or something like that, then you can right click and I did a minute ago. Okay, can't be on the text part of that. Add shape. If I choose add shape, before, after, above, below, that kind of thing, I can add an additional shape to the diagram. So I can build more components to this than what you get when you make the immediate selection. Alright, so that's an example of smart art, again from the insert page, and you choose from here. You've seen in Microsoft Word, in fact on your very first lab exercise, I had you use from the Shapes tool, so you should know what these things are. you know, I would think that with spreadsheets, maybe the most important shape you might have need for would be call outs. Okay, so again, if you want to do that, you can drag these, you can scale them, you can move the pointer, you can rotate them, you know, any number of possibilities. So that's also using shape. So you have, again, you have the smart art graphics and shapes. And let's look at inserting pictures. Okay, so if I insert a picture, actually I'm going to do something a little bit different. Here is, I'm going to get rid of this call out. And I'm going to insert a text box here. And in the text box, I'm going to insert a picture. And it did not put it where I wanted to, so let me see if I can cut and paste with a Control-V. Alright, so that didn't work out so well. I was trying to put the picture inside of a text box. Now I do this all the time in Microsoft Word, and there's some real advantages to doing it in Word because it allows you to move the picture anywhere on the form. In Excel, if you insert a picture, you just automatically have the ability to insert it anywhere on the form. Now, give me just a minute to kind of scale this. So if I click on the picture, I'll get an active border, and if I drag on these sizing handles, I can scale the size of the picture. And I'm going to continue to scale it a little bit. This is my dog Humphrey when I first brought him home. He weighed about 20 pounds and he now weighs 104, so he's grown a little bit since then. Now, if I go back to the insert page, let's see. Okay, on the format page. So if I've got an active picture, I'll have this format page available. If I click off of the picture, the format page disappears. So with the picture in focus, I've got some editing tools up here. You know, how useful this will be, I don't know, but just do a quick demonstration. So if I mouse over these, you'll see that you have various visual effects that you can apply to any picture that you insert. I guess that's nice. And you know, there are any number of things that you might be you know, interested in doing. And we've got the ability to create picture borders, different kind of picture effects. Alright, so you can play around with that. As long as you know how to insert pictures, that's the main thing. Alright, let's see what else is left. I'm going to get rid of some of these things because they're really clutter at this point. So I'm going to get rid of the picture. Get rid of this. Okay. And the last thing I want to demonstrate, so we've looked at all these features. The last thing I want to demonstrate is how to protect cells. Now this is kind of tricky, and I'm hopeful that I'm able to get through this demonstration smoothly, because it seems that sometimes I try this and it works fantastic, and other times not so much. Okay. So if I have data that's in a spreadsheet, okay, and let's say that totals are an example of the data, and I don't want anybody to be able to mess with these. Actually, these totals are done with sums. I'm going to go out on a limb and see if I can just highlight all the data here. Okay, and then on the home page under Format, I've got an option to lock cells and protect worksheet. And what I'm supposed to be able to do is highlight whatever cells I want to be able to protect and select lock cell, and then turn right around and choose protect sheet, at which point I've got various options that I can use in protecting the sheet. And right now I just want to lock these highlighted rows. It's going to ask me to enter in a password and then verify the password, and it gives you a warning that you better remember it. And then at this point it should be that, see, this happens all the time. I'm going to try it one more time. Hit the escape key. Okay, so now I'm hitting the escape key. If it thinks I'm entering in a command and I don't want that command to be in progress, I can hit the escape key and stop the command from being entered. I'm going to try this one more time. I'm going to highlight all the cells, go back here and unprotect the sheet. I have to remember that password. And highlight the cells, choose lock, follow that by protect, there it worked. Okay, so you may have to play around with that a little bit, but the sequence should be that you highlight, choose lock cells, and then with the highlighting still on, choose protect cells, and then anyone that attempts to change anything is going to be blocked from it. Alright, I think that may be everything I want to show you. Okay, so hopefully this has been helpful, and we will get this uploaded to YouTube and make it available.